All right, so they saying Fetty Wap shipped over 100 kilos through the mail, through the U.S. mail service, man. How weird is that? Because, Fetty Wap, for those who don't know, he's blind in one eye. He was born with glaucoma in both of his eyes. They were able to save one of them, but he's blind in one eye. And he made the hit song Trap Queen, I do believe, a few years back. And ever since then, he could not make another hit. He actually was signed to the label that 6ix9ine was signed to. What do you think about Fetty Wap, man? Would you think 100 kilos across the country? Fentanyl? Charles Woods, go ahead.
Man, I don't. Once again, that's a sad story as well. An aspiring rap star, and one that did have a real hit record. I don't know. I don't really know no other songs by Fetty Wap, but the fact that he took his money and invested into the drug trade is mind-boggling. Which he could have invested in, many of things to get money off of, and many of things he could have rode the wave of off his name alone. So many hustles he could have taken on. So I don't know what made him get into such a field in these days and times when the drug trade, getting into the drug trade is like that's the last resort in these days and times.
Yes,
the black man.
Yes, especially with the internet out here giving people money. All you got to do is be aware of what a money is. Mr. Blue.
The banana things about this whole thing is that his correctional officer was charged in mass distribution ring as well. He got an ass of kids. When the last time he had a hit? Put my face on. The last time he had a hit, it's been a minute. I haven't heard a Fetty Wap song and I don't know how long. The only song I can name for him is Trap Queen, and that might have came out in 2015.
Yep, I do believe so. Hey, well, check this out. They snatched him off the stage at Rolling Loud. You know what I'm saying?
What was he singing, that one song?
Right. He got three. To people that's his fans, they probably know more music. But, I'm just saying, like, he was making money. He was still making money. He was about to perform at Rolling Loud. They snatched him off the stage. And this guy's distributing 100 kilos across the country through the mail. What do you think about that, Mr. Blue?
I think it's nearly impossible to do that in this day and time. The post office is now federally operated. So, of course, the feds are all over that shit. You know what I mean? 100 kilos, that's a lot of weight. How you going to distribute weight like that unless you call it media? And if you call it media, that means they can search it to make sure it's media. Just dumb on top of dumb. Like, there's so many better ways he could have did that. He could have did a tour and just distributed hand to hand. Don't ever distribute anything illegal through the mail. That's just the most surefire way to get caught up in some bullshit.
Yeah, you're right about that, man.
And now when he go to jail, them convicts are gonna poke his other eye out with their wee-wee.
Yeah, you know it. Hey, what you was gonna say about this situation, life coach?
Now, I'm in agreement with Blue. Like, you can't be from the streets, and you couldn't be a drug drug dealer like you. Drug dealers. I think the dumbest. I'm gonna be hardcore here. I think the dumbest nigga know not to put nothing to be transferring no drugs through the mail. I mean, that's automatic federal offense. Not only that, but I mean, what honestly, as you just said, what was you thinking? You making money here. So what are you? Is you just a scapegoat for this, or is you just the financial man behind this? I mean, they just use your name or something? But I don't know if you know. Also, Fetty Wap already. Do you know he already has into a plea bargain? He's working on a plea bargain right now. Then he just got arrested. They already talking about a plea bargain. Right.
Yeah, they said something like that in the newscast. I wasn't able to play it.
I've been in the feds, man. I took the federal government to trial. I took them to trial. I had a 3-day trial with the federal government for selling crack cocaine. And I know for a fact, man, the federal government do not let you just walk in at your arraignment and talk about, hey man, I'm trying to go into a plea deal. Unless you're talking about cooperating, you got some information for them. That's the only way that's even on the table at that initial phase. That you can't even talk to the federal government at no arraignment or none of those at no arraignment talking about, man, I'm trying to do a plea deal, and you bringing in a lawyer talking to do a plea deal unless you have something on the table that they want to talk about.
Right. Hey, Mr. Blue. Speaking of that, Charles Woods have a point. Do you think Fetty Wap will be cooperating with the feds?
Fetty Wap is a one-eyed bitch ass nigga. I think he will cooperate. Excuse my language.
Oh wow,
man.
I mean, he ain't built for this. You know what I'm saying? From what I understand, he was soft coming up. I mean, let me look at his record real quick. Yeah, he had a mama and a daddy. He's soft. I'm just playing.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I think he in his predicament. I don't even think if he would have to, even if he didn't want to, in order to keep his place in this world. You know what I'm saying? I believe, like, you know, Mr. CW said, he's probably just a placeholder. He probably ain't had nothing to do with it. Just maybe the face of the operation to get it popping.
Right. How much time you think he gonna get, Life Coach CW, if he don't cooperate?
Oh, if he don't cooperate, I don't know if he have any felonies or not. He looking at 10 to life. In the feds, they say 10, you win. So
100 kilos, he looking at life.
And when they say 10, you win, that meaning that you cooperate. If you get 15 years or more, 9 times out of 10, you can win. And if you get 15 years or more, you went and took a cop, you went into an open plea bargain. You went to open plea bargain and basically told them, hey man, I'm taking responsibility for my part of the situation. That's all I can give y'all. I'm hoping to get a cap on the 15 years. If I can't get a cap, you're looking at like 20 years. Other than that, if he not getting no open plea bargain, he talking about racking them up going. And I know he's not talking about racking them up going to trial. I know that's not going to even happen because he already talking about a plea bargain. But if he talking about a plea bargain at this stage right now, he's cooperating. I'm telling you, this is what I know. If he's talking about plea bargain right now at this stage when it just happened, he's cooperating with the federal government.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe he is. And they made it seem like he was definitely talking about a plea bargain in that newscast. I just wasn't able to play that part.